Welcome to part 3 of this battle report featuring Orcs versus Tyranids in a 1,000-point battle. On to Tyranids turn 3. Phil starts off by randomly moving the spore mines. And next up, the Doom of Malachi is going to move up. The Gene Stealers roll for difficult terrain and move up 5 inches. Next, the Warriors are going to move up 6 inches. Phil and Les had agreed that the area there was not considered dangerous terrain. The Hormagaunts are moving up towards the squad of Immortals. And the Zoanthropes are going to move up 6 inches as well. And the Termagants are moving up 6 inches as well. On to the Tyrannid shooting phase. So the Zoanthrope is going to target the Ghost Ark on the left with Warp Lance. It passes the Psychic test, manages to get a hit, but fails to penetrate the 13 armor. Next up, the Doom of Malachi is going to do its Spirit Leech, and Les managed to make the leadership roll required. Next up, the Devourers, the Hormagaunts are going to run towards the Immortals. Then the Termagants are going to fire at the Immortal squad. Now, they got 54 hits, or shots, which turned into 25 hits, and 11 wounds, which Les managed to make 6 saves, wounding 5 of those warriors. Now he has to make a leadership test on a -1. For some reason he rolled 3 dice and still made it, so that's some impressive rolling there. Next up, the Warriors are going to fire their Death Spitters. So they got 9 shots, 6 hits, 6 wounds. And Les managed to make 4 of those saves, but 2 more Warriors go down. Next up, the Gene Stealers are going to run, and they managed to get 3. Now on to the reanimation protocol for the Warriors. Les makes 6 of those rolls. The Resurrection Orb definitely helped because he only needed a 4+. And now for Assault, the Doom of Malachi is moving in. He gets 4 attacks, and only 1 of those hit, and it fails to wound. So now the Warriors are going to retaliate. There's 6 attacks from the Warriors, 2 from the Lord. The 2 black dice are the Lord. The Warriors got 3 hits, and Lord got 1 hit, and they both got 1 wound, and Phil managed to make 1 save there. So there's 1 more wound against the Doom of Malachi. Next up, the Hormagaunts are going into assault. Now we're going to do Mind Shackle Scarabs first. So they do fail the leadership test. He gets 2 hits, but fails to wound on both of those. Next up, the Hormagaunts are going to do their assault. They got approximately 30 hits. I wasn't able to count them on the screen. With 17 hits with 6 wounds, and Les managed to make 5 of those saves for the Immortals. And now the Immortals are assaulting back, so they get 7 attacks, 6 hits, 3 wounds, to which Phil, there we go, fails all 3 and has to take it, passes the leadership, but has to remove 3 more because he lost combat by 3. So 6, and that's to the Fearless. Okay, next up, we're just seeing if the Gene Stealers were within assault range, and they were not. So Les is doing his reanimation protocol, managed to get the one Immortal back. Ghost Ark Repair managed to bring back 2 more of the Warriors of that group. So we're on to Necron's turn 3. So Les starts off by moving the Ghost Ark on the right forward and back and forward, just to build a little bit of suspense, and moves the other Ghost Ark on the left up towards the Zoanthrope. And he remembers that he has Scarabs. And now the one Ghost Ark set off the Spore Mine, but it wasn't strong enough to do any damage to it. So now the Doom of Malachi is going to do its Spirit Leech, but Les once again makes his leadership roll. Now that Ghost Ark is going to fire into the Zoanthrope, gets 10 shots, 7 hits, of which of those 7, 3 wound, and Phil makes 2 of the 3 saves, so there's 1 more wound against the Zoanthrope. The other Ghost Ark is going to fire into the Gene Stealers. So it was 10 shots, 5 hits, and only 1 wound. So that was, and it wasn't able to make the save. So next up into Assault, the Mind Shackle Scarabs. So he passes his leadership, so there's no concern there. Now the Doom's going to attack. He gets 4 attacks, 3 hits, and 1 wound, but Les makes that save. The Warriors retaliate with 8 attacks, 4 wounds. Sorry, 4 hits, 2 wounds, and Phil makes both those saves. Now the Hormagaunts are going to go in. Now we did Mind Shackle Scarabs again. Now they had unfortunately been doing it incorrectly, where they were assuming you had to roll to hit. It wasn't rolling to hit; they should have been rolling to wound. But so one should have died there. But back into the combat, there was 20 hits or 20 attacks with re-rolling ones. So there's 13 hits, 7 wounds. Les makes 5 saves, so there's 2 Immortals go down. Now the Immortals retaliate with 6 attacks, 3 hits, 2 wounds, and no saves. So now we didn't capture if they did any reanimation protocol on the video, but and it's kind of hard to tell from the angle of this video as well, but they reassured me that the rolls were made. As you can see from this shot, the Tyranids look like they're going to be able to assault both with the Hormagaunts and with the Gene Stealers next turn. So from what you've seen so far, how do you think the Necrons are going to do in turn 4? Will they be able to survive, or do you think the Tyrannid wave is just going to take them over? So leave a comment below to tell us what you think. Click on the link to see part 4, and if you have any rule corrections, let us know, and thanks a lot for watching.